Remember, how many times have you started a life-changing habit, a big goal, or a new project, and then stopped because something got in the way? Was it distractions, self-doubt, or maybe your mind is resisting change? In today's fast-paced world, does your mind feel constantly pulled in every direction? Notifications buzzing, deadlines looming, and an endless to-do list. It's no wonder you feel stuck, scattered, and unproductive. But what if there was a way to quiet the chaos in your mind, bring clarity into your life, and finally start achieving the life you always wanted? The Lotus Method, a timeless approach rooted in wisdom, can help you rise above the noise and unlock your focus like never before. Think about your own life. You have dreams, goals, and ambitions. Whether it's getting in shape, excelling in your career, or simply finding time for personal growth. You know what you need to do, but every time you try to start, something holds you back. Instead of tackling that workout, you scroll through your phone. Instead of starting that project, you lose yourself in daydreams. Sound familiar? It's like your mind is resisting you, pulling you towards comfort and away from progress. But you're not alone. This is something we all experience. Our minds are like a restless monkey, always jumping from one thought to the next. When you try to focus on something important, that monkey mind distracts you, whispering, "What if it's too hard? What if you fail?" It's not your fault. Your mind is designed to avoid discomfort and stick to what feels safe. But here's the thing, that resistance, that mental block, isn't the real enemy. It's a sign that you're on the edge of something important. This is where the Lotus Method comes in. Imagine a lotus flower. It grows in the mud, surrounded by difficulty and mess. But it doesn't fight the mud. Instead, it uses the mud to rise one layer at a time until it blooms above the surface. Your challenges are like that mud. They aren't there to hold you back, they're there to help you grow. The Lotus Method is about breaking those challenges into smaller, manageable steps, just like the layers of a lotus flower, and rising through them one step at a time. Awareness, the first step. The first step is awareness. Have you noticed how often your mind talks you out of doing what matters? You're too tired, it's too hard, maybe tomorrow. This mental chatter feels real, but it's just your mind trying to protect you from discomfort. The Lotus Method teaches you to pause and observe your thoughts without judgment. Awareness isn't about being harsh on yourself. It's about understanding your patterns. When you see your resistance for what it is, you stop fighting yourself and start working with your mind. Moving with life, not against it. Once you're aware of your resistance, the next step is learning to move with it instead of against it. Imagine trying to swim against a strong current. It's exhausting and you get nowhere. But when you align yourself with the flow, you move effortlessly. The same applies to your mind. Stop forcing yourself to power through with sheer willpower. Instead, embrace the task in front of you. Break it down, take one small step, and focus on just that. When you stop fighting the current, you'll find that progress becomes easier. Stillness and clarity. In a world full of noise, stillness is your secret weapon. Take just 5 minutes a day to sit quietly. At first, your thoughts will race. What about my to-do list? Am I wasting time? But over time, you'll notice something magical. Your mind will begin to settle, like a lake, calming after a storm. In those moments of stillness, you'll find clarity. You'll see your challenges for what they are, steps to grow, not obstacles to fear. Taking action with patience. Now here's the final piece of the Lotus Method, patience. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. Like the lotus flower blooming slowly through the mud, your progress will come one layer at a time. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Celebrate it, trust the process. And remember, the journey itself is where transformation happens. Your journey starts now. Now think about your own life. What's one challenge you've been avoiding? Write it down, break it into smaller steps. Take 5 minutes to sit quietly and focus on that first step. The Lotus Method isn't just a tool, it's a mindset. It's about rising through the mud of distraction and resistance and unlocking the best version of yourself. Your journey begins now. Will you take the first step?